House is expected to vote today on President Biden's coronavirus relief package. Debate on the bill is scheduled to begin just after 9 a.m. Timing of the vote is fluid, given that Republicans may try to slow the process with procedural delays. House Democrats aim to get the bill to President Biden's desk so he can sign it before key unemployment aid programs expire this Sunday, Joe.
Sam Stein, you brought some more polls with you showing again just how wildly popular this bill is.
Yeah, we have a new poll up just now, a Political Morning Consult poll, and it's almost, you rarely see legislation this popular. 75% support for the legislation, 18% opposition. But you break it down by party affiliation, you have 59% of Republicans, self-identified Republicans, saying they support this bill. Only 35% of Republicans oppose. The independent numbers are even better than that. If you just chill down even further, 45% say it's the right amount. 24% wish this bill was bigger, that it buffers too little support. So you've seen President Biden say, the risk is that we don't do enough. People wish he went even further than this. So it's a piece of legislation with immense popularity. In the White House a couple weeks back, I remember talking to an advisor who was wondering if Republicans would recognize this and some would vote for it because of the political advantageousness of it. But what we will see today and what we saw in the Senate a couple days ago is that Republicans will oppose this en masse, calculating that there's more political upside to being in the opposition on this one. Right now, it looks like a fairly risky bet considering how well this is polling and how people want even more.
Yeah, and Eddie, I keep going back to the fact that Republicans seem to be tearing a page out of a playbook from 2009, where they think they're going up against Barack Obama, and they don't understand that they've been playing this game for 11 years, and Americans understand they'll be against things, but they don't support, other than huge tax cuts for billionaires and multinational corporations. They really, all they've done is say no over the past 11 years. And in this case, you've got a bill that's wildly popular. They're going to be against a bill that 76% of Americans support. Their next fight is going to be to stop the expansion of democracy, to do everything they can to stand like Wallace in the schoolhouse door, except this time to stand in the door of voting precincts to stop more Americans from voting. This is a losing proposition for them, and I'm surprised that there's not one Republican in the Senate that understood this and voted for this popular bill.
Yeah, Joe, I think you're absolutely right. You've been describing them as the kind of modern-day version of the know-nothings, and I think that's absolutely on point. And, what's different than the Obama years, of course, is that 530,000 Americans are dead. That the popularity of the relief package has everything to do with the suffering in the country. And what you see among Republicans is, in some ways, a kind of desire to consolidate, or at least to try to address the deep fissures within the party, by kind of consolidating behind opposition to the Democrats. Owning the libs becomes the way to deal with the civil war within the party. And in trying to deal with that, Joe, it seems like they're not addressing the suffering in the country. So I don't think this is a wise political calculation. I understand it. But it's also consistent with what the Republican Party has morphed into, I believe.
Well, and Willie, Eddie brings up such a great point that you have people who now support Donald Trump, most of the Republican Party, and they'll say things like they support what he believes in, what he stands for, or just that he fights for us.
Right.
He fights against Nancy Pelosi. He fights against liberals. He fights against CNN. He fights against MSNBC, New York Times, you name it, whoever. Their entire philosophy has been boiled down to, well, actually not a philosophy, just sort of a spasm. It's what do we do to own the libs? And it's really, I mean, we're going to show a clip in a minute of Tim Ryan talking about all the things that the Democratic Party is doing right now that Republicans support, that independents support, that Democrats support.
Yeah, actually, let's
And
show.
while they're doing that,
Yeah.
you know, Republican leaders are reading Cat in the Hat. It has really gotten preposterous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank all of you out there. Thank you as always.
Thanks to at home.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for letting us into your homes during these extraordinary times.